Welcome to another Audioface video. Today we're doing Q&A. This is Audioface Q&A. And this week, due to the given circumstances, we're having to do live streams, live video calls with bands. In the future, hopefully, obviously we'll get them into our studio, but it's just a bit of a hard time for everyone, innit? But we still want to put content out, we still want to stay positive, and we want to help bands as much as we can, so that's why we're doing this.
So we've managed to track down one of Manchester's up-and-coming bands, Narrow Margin. Yeah. They're at home in their garden.
Yeah, chilling out, making the most of it looks like.
Having a brew in the garden. So we've got hold of them on the line, and we're going to have a chat with them, and they're going to do us a little performance as well, aren't they?
They are, indeed.
So, yeah. Ben and Jake, how you doing, boys?
Alright. Yeah.
So you sat out in the garden there, what's going on?
Just having a brew. Yeah.
Yeah?
We're running in the sun. Yeah, nice.
It's a lovely day today, isn't it? Yeah. We're having a chat with the boys from Narrow Margin here. It's Jake on the left, Ben on the right there. Say hi. Hi.
There you go.
So obviously we can't really start this interview without talking about the situation.
The way things are. The reason why we're doing this with you today,
And you're not in the studio with us is because of this terrible thing that's going around Corona. What sort of things have changed for you?
Well, we've had most of the live
gigs cancelled, and we was meant to go into the studio, and that's been cancelled also. So basically, it's just been put on pause, hasn't it? Everything's been
set and then just put on pause for however long. No one really knows, do we? So
we're just going to have to put as much online as we possibly can. And with the gigs being cancelled and stuff like that, it holds a lot back, because it was the biggest coming. But
it's been rescheduled to the 26th of September. So
which gig was this one? The bread shed. Yeah. So things are going to. I mean, you're still planning to carry on with it all and stuff. It's just on hold, and with everybody's the same, aren't we? So it's good that we can do stuff like this, and you can get some content out, can't you? What sort of things are you doing to keep
you occupied?
So we've just been set up. We've set up our acoustic little. Got my drum kit set up with a tea towel over the snare to mute it a bit.
Rock and roll.
Proper. And got his acoustic guitar. So we just.
Any kitchen implements on your guitar, Ben?
No kitchen appliances, no.
No. Very good. So what are you going to do? Some recording and post it out and
keep in touch that way.
Yeah. So people can see us playing. Obviously while we're in isolation, and that, so it's quite lucky, really.
Yeah.
All the negatives that come up from this, though, so it's like it's a good time to start writing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to.
You're pretty much trapped, in your house. So what else is it to do? So it's like
sit and play your guitar and that, and then good time.
Good point, that.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying the same, aren't they? That they're trying to make the most out of it, and make it as positive as possible. It's a terrible situation, but everyone's in this situation, so the best way through.
It's like you say, is to do positive stuff. What?
I mean, you've just recently released a new track. Tell us about that.
Go on, you wrote that one.
Oh, right.
Who wrote that one? Ben.
Ben did, yeah.
Yeah, and Ian as well. Well, it was about kind of people not caring about going out anymore or not being into bands and just
stuff like that. Kind of being consumed by
like the modernist way of life, and I don't really like that, like the way that people's outlook in the modern world on their life. So
we thought I was into the rifles at the time
when we wrote it, and I wanted it to be in that sound and that style. So we just started listening to a lot of Rifles tunes, and then we ended up taking a line out of Local Boy, and we changed it a bit.
Careful now, plagiarism and all that, copyright.
Yeah.
This is going out to the nation,
Don't sue us.
Alright.
Thingy, but since that coming out and everything that's gone on, the lyrics have got a bit more fitting. So it's you sit and watch the world fall apart, and then you read about it. It's kind of a bit more fitting than
quite apt, really, isn't it? Now.
Yeah.
The video, we watched the video. We both watched it here. We love it. I mean, obviously, we have a connection with the video in a kind of funny kind of way. Tell us about the video.
It was filmed at our old school, so we went. Our bass player basically said, I want to do it that means so much like us. So Herbie got this idea together and then just rang me one day and said, listen, we've got a meeting at Alder, so do you want to come up? And was like, yeah, go on then. So I thought it's a bit optimistic to ask for 200 kids to be in the video and to use their hall, you know. But he asked for it, and then our head teacher was proper supportive of it, so basically said we can do it, and then we all just worked out a time that we could got the time, and then filmed the video in about 3 hours, if that, and then put it all together, and yeah, obviously that's where we used to practice a lot. Us three.
Yeah. I mean, I can say I have played with
2/5 of narrow margin.
at that school, which was good fun.
I used to enjoy those times. It was good. Yeah, it looks really good. I like the way you got Mr. O'Regan in there.
As well, the head
he's a
teacher,
bug.
that was good.
Oh, we didn't have to persuade him at all. He was
I bet you
well on it.
didn't.
But he was well up for it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was coming over like, oh, I've got some ideas for this. Oh, do you want to do this?
Trying to direct it all. Once a head teacher, eh? No, it was good. Really good video. Enjoyed it a lot. It's one of the fun parts about being in a band. You know, getting stuff recorded and video and stuff. What
What do you find most interesting about being in a band?
is it? Live? Is it recording? Is it?
Live is always the best, isn't it? Like when you play a decent gig, there's nothing better than coming off stage and, you know,
Watching videos back at, you know, the crowd singing back to your songs, stuff like that, but also meeting people like
enjoy, you know, just meeting new people that are
Yeah, I bet you
connected to certain bands, you know, and yeah, it's fun. Just most things, business side's also pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So you kind of enjoy all of it, don't you? Really, I suppose. Yeah. I suppose the live thing is kind of like the reason you do it, isn't it? It's the reason you got into it in the first place. But all the other bits are quite nice as well. Bird just flew over your head.
By the way,
Isn't it?
that was
Nice, that nice touch. Yeah.
it was lovely. It was lovely.
Talking about live stuff, I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the answer to it or not, but like highlights of your career in the band so far, what would you say was like the biggest one? Is it a gig, or is it who you've met, or what would you say the highlight of it so far? And it's only not been that long. How long have you been together?
2.5 years, nearly 3 now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite a while then, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
quite a while. So,
Obviously, you've established yourself in the first couple of years, but so what's your highlight so far? You reckon?
Probably playing the Ritz.
Yeah.
That was just something else.
that
Like,
looked good actually, yeah.
yeah, just like 1,500 people in front of you, and I was just stood there playing a guitar solo. I mean, that was probably the peak of my.
Hopefully, it won't be the only peak. It's just so far. Yeah.
It is mint though, isn't it? It's a good feeling, that, isn't it? That,
Yeah,
getting that
right,
buzz
yeah.
back from the crowd.
Kind of surreal in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, I
weird,
get
like
that.
when you move about on stage because of how loud it was. It's like the monitor was right in front of you. When you stood in the monitor, you could hear everything.
Move a little bit away from it and everything just disappears. It's like,
It's like you were hearing echoes and stuff. It was really weird, but. It was,
Well, sooner or later, you're doing like in-ear monitoring and stuff like that, maybe.
oh yeah.
Still going on the live thing. You know, like obviously you're going on to bigger and greater things as time goes on.
Obviously, we'll go through this, what we're going through at the moment.
Hopefully, come out the other side and everything will be great, and you can carry on. What if you could?
If you could support any band at all, who would it be?
Rolling
Or
Stones.
artist? Sorry?
The Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. There you
Yeah.
go.
So actually, I could have widened that question a little bit. Dead or alive, past or present?
Oh, it'd be still the Rolling Stones.
Would it still be the Rolling Stones?
Oh yeah, I mean Keith Richards he's still about.
Yeah. How's that happened?
It's like he's 20 years old. So why would you not want to support
So
him?
recently, Ben, you wouldn't be saying that.
What about you, Jake? Who would you support?
This is gonna be. It's pretty obvious for you as soon as I say it. I want to support the Who, mate. You remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I've got some stuff that one day is going out. Don't you?
Coming out.
Like,
That's
can't
never
come
coming
out,
out. Never.
It'll cost you.
Blackmail or something.
No, it's that's good. So the Who and the Stones, so two 1960s bands basically. So it's obviously where your influences come from.
Oh yeah, definitely. The 1960s was the best time. It was when music was intellectualised, wasn't it? So that was kind of the peak of everything. It's like 50s was a bit. I mean, it's just. I mean, they was talking about. They were singing about blue toothbrushes and stuff. You know what I mean? So,
Blue toothbrushes.
I've never
I
heard
don't know
one.
that song. Was that an Elvis one?
What is it? I'm a
Blue
pink
switch you.
toothbrush. You're a blue one or something like that. I can't remember. But
I'm a pink Bluetooth, you're a blue toothbrush, that one. Oh, right, yeah. I don't know what you mean.
So, who's the best at football?
Me.
yeah, right. You were terrible.
I was top goal scorer in my league.
In the bottom division.
I was loaded.
It was like Division 8.
You know Messi? I'm nothing like him, probably the same height. But I scored.
We're talking about real football here, not FIFA.
Me. Me.
So both of you. Yeah, right. I kind of expected that one.
Who's the biggest lightweight?
Who's the biggest lightweight?
Yeah. In the band.
Probably me.
Or Ian.
Or Ian, yeah.
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 Ian likes to pass out.
Oh, nice.
Just like watching the footy once in the quarter.
And he
It just collapsed.
He dropped to the floor and everyone was like, he's fitting. We're like,
Get
"Fucking
up."
get up, come here lad, he's fitting, he'll be alright. Get him some water. Took him outside and got him a Mackies, he was right.
Yeah, he was fine.
I think this one's going to spark another debate, to be fair, but who gets the most girls?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no debate. Oh, there you go.
No.
Well,
The rest of the
Who's-
band mostly have
who's the
girlfriends. So.
craziest?
Who's the craziest?
Yeah.
Every band's got a crazy member on it.
Usually the drummer, innit?
Normally the drummer, yeah.
I say Herbie.
I'd say Herbie, yeah.
Herbie.
Bass players, they're the ones who,
They're the quiet ones,
they're
aren't
usually
they?
the quiet ones, yeah.
Okay, who's the most argumentative?
Danny.
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 Danny loves a good argument.
Danny loves it, mate.
Right, who's the most vain?
Jake.
Yeah. No argument. No argument.
No argument.
No.
Who's got the worst dress sense?
Ian.
Nah.
Ian. But it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's unusual, isn't it? Well, it's not, you know.
You know,
Okay. Who's got the best?
me.
Me.
See, the others aren't getting a shout, are they, when you...
That's it, yeah.
No. Nah, they're gonna make a choice.
Right, last one.
Who doesn't pull the weight?
We're packing gay.
Packing.
Yeah,
me.
Yeah?
Gets hammered after and just
You're the
leaves
lazy
the
one,
game
yeah.
all about.
I have a thing for playing and getting drunk and then disappearing somewhere.
There's always one in a band that does that.
There is.
Can't find it for about 20 minutes and everyone's there walking around with his bass drum and where's Jake? Need to sort his stuff out. Is this
So
everything?
We brought in our mates to be roadies.
Good.
That's the best
That's
way.
the way.
That's
Yeah,
the best
That's
way.
right. Promising them things for the future and that, yeah. Oh, when we get famous and all that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's the future hold for you boys then?
Once we've got through all this situation and everything, what's the future hold?
So we've got obviously the bread shed on the 26th of September. We'll be releasing more music with 42 records coming up. We're going into the studio soon, but that's obviously been moved around because of this virus. Yeah, and we'll be gigging a lot more around the UK rather than just Manchester based. We've got a few things that will be announced soon. We just got to see how long this lasts. You know what I mean? To fully push forward for him, but hopefully it'll all come through and we'll get into different cities over the UK.
Yeah.
So sounds
Good.
like
Like I say, it's uncertain times. Nobody really knows what's happening, but you've got to keep looking forward and keep positive and
yeah, exactly.
Stay safe and keep following Boris's advice, you know. So,
have you got a message for the people, your fans, your followers, just before we leave you and let you go and then play your a little video you're going to do for us, aren't you?
Yeah.
what got a message for your fans?
Wash your hands.
Good point. Fair play, yeah.
Good. Well, it's been great chatting to you both.
Yeah, nice one.
We'll look forward to seeing you in person soon, hopefully. And
Take care, lads.
Nice one.
Nice one.
In a
Cheers.
bit, yeah.
See you
Alright,
later.
see you in a bit.
Remember to like the video, share it, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, because it helps us out big time.
nice one. A nice one. There's a lot of nice ones in there, weren't there?
seen the news today. Same sad old cycle of misery and pain. And you haven't got a lot to say. Always so bothered about being in the way. You completely lost the kid inside. Thrown it all away in favor of childlike compromise. And you never hear them, 'cause the kids don't dance, the kids don't dance, the kids don't dance upon the street. The people don't cry, the people don't cry, people don't cry, it gets to me. Don't let a conscience cloud your day, 'cause you deserve at least a weekend spent away. And you still don't have a lot to say. Do you even remember those tunes we used to play? Members of the dying breeders, we sit and watch the world fall apart. And we read about it, 'cause the kids don't dance, the kids don't dance, the kids don't dance upon the street. The people don't cry, the people don't cry, people don't cry, and it gets to me. The kids don't dance, the kids don't dance, the kids don't dance upon the street. The people don't cry, the people don't cry, people don't cry, and it gets to me. The kids don't dance, the kids don't dance upon the street. You know the kids don't dance, 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 the kids don't dance.